Good morning, everyone. I think we're about to start. Welcome to the WorkPoint release webinar for WorkPoint365 and WorkPoint Express, which were released a couple of days ago, 25th. As per usual, I will record this webinar and I will make it available to the participants after the webinar, also the ones that couldn't attend, if anybody should have been missing here this morning. I hope you're all well. I've taken the liberty to mute you all. We have had experiences sometimes where people forget to mute and we have a bit of background noise. Try to minimize that. We'll go through some of the new features in the products, starting out with WorkPoint 365. Previously, we have usually had a video recording of some of the functionalities. Today, we try the new thing with actually doing a little live demo of the system, combined with, of course, a slideshow. But let's go into it. My name is, for those of you who don't know, Asger Steffensen. I'm a product manager in WorkPoint. The first thing I want to talk about is the new function called multiple site pages. As the name implies, it's the ability to add more than one page on an entity site in WorkPoint in the browser environment. So you can have any number of sites in principle. Usually you wouldn't need more than maybe 2 or 3, but in as many as you like to organize your content on the entity site. It could be a very basic example that you had a project page and you need some more information on this project page. So you create, project site. So you create an extra page with, for example, a customized tab web part or any other web parts that you would like to add. The tab web part specifically, as we've designed it, we've also configured this, made this so it's configurable differently on each page, which will allow you to create different focus on content or refine content or whatever you want to do with your page. It's important to note that web parts need to be exportable. That's a SharePoint feature. If they're not exportable, we're not able to synchronize out from the master pages out to the entity sites. On support.workpoint.dk, there is a little article in the knowledge base about how you can make a web part, make sure a web part is exportable. So if you configure a page with a non-exportable web part, the master site synchronization won't work. For those of you in the audience who are end users, this is probably gibberish, but for those of you who have been configuring WorkPoint, you would know what I'm talking about. This is mainly a technical thing. And for the record, the multiple site pages are currently only in the browser environment. It's not supported by WorkPoint Express yet. So let's have a look at how it looks. I have a shot here from a project page where I've defined a project page 2, a very boring word for it or name for it. You might find up with something better. But you have here the default standard page, and then you have the project page 2. You can choose as a user between this in the breadcrumbs. So when you look at the the page in the full view, you will see just a standard page. It will default to the default page. Well, I wonder why. And if you then want to choose the other page, you simply click the little arrow up in the top, in the breadcrumb. And from here, you will get the view of the second page configured to your need. So in this particular case, as I said, I had a customized tab web part with just 2 tabs on it, and that's the only thing I display on this second one. But you could put any content on a second page. You will note here it says project page 2, and you will obviously note that this tab web part, this is the standard WorkPoint tab web part I just put on here, configured with 2 tabs. This of course means that for those of you who are configuring WorkPoint, you will see in the WorkPoint settings, again, for those not familiar with this, don't worry, this is not something that the end user would go to. But in the tab View Web Part Settings in WorkPoint Administration, you're now able to choose between the pages where you want to configure the tab web part, and here you can see I've configured those two tabs. So this is fairly easy to control, and as I said, the main thing is to make sure that the web parts are exportable so you won't ruin your master site synchronization. So multiple site web pages allows you to add more content to your sites and organize it in a more meaningful way if you need to. Another new thing, something we put quite a bit of effort into, is the search pane. The search pane is also commonly known as the WorkPoint Express panel. In the browser, we try to resemble the WorkPoint Express functionality, given that it's very well liked by the users. So those of you who already upgraded the system will see quite a bit of change to this pane. And I will go through the things now to demonstrate it. You can see here we have some changed icons, we have some changed navigation, we have some extra buttons to click on, and all of this is also very much configurable from the administration interface, which will require a trained WorkPoint consultant to do, because it's not an end user thing, but hopefully the end user will find that searching in WorkPoint has become even better. So let's take a look. I'll switch to my browser. I have here a demo environment, a little solution with a few 5 modules, a bit customized, but the main thing we want to look at here is the search pane. So the search pane here is, as you see it, new elements. We have changed the icon here, we have added the search, and we have some more buttons over here. Depending on how it's configured in the backend, it will be with fewer or more buttons. One of the things that I personally find quite nice is that you're now able to change the size, if I can hit this. So here you can now actually drag the width of the search pane, and it will remember this until you search next time. So that gives you a better view to search in. If I search for something, and now we have, thankfully, I got this little reload thing. Some of you might have experienced previously that sometimes when the browser's been open for a while and you want to search something, you get an error. Now we've taken care of this because there's some things that just need to reload every now and then. Previously you had to reload the full page, but now you can simply just reload the search page, and then you're ready to the search again. It's only a thing that happens when it's been idle for a while, but we'll try again and search. And now you see, okay, I have some results here on the entity part. Icon, title, etc. These things, these columns can also be customized by your consultant to view different things. I could search for other things, as you can see, and some of these things might not just appear the search term in the title, but it will be somewhere else in the content of the entity. So searching for war gives me now I can just like WorkPoint Express, I can change my parameters here, so I can search within a module, or I can search globally on the system. Now this little menu setup here can also be customized. You do not necessarily have to use all the modules, give all the modules, put all the modules in here. That can be customized from the administration module, unlike WorkPoint Express, where it will by default display all the modules. Now, you can filter the modules. You can also use refiners on your search result. These are similar to some of those you find in the SharePoint search. And of course, I can say, let me check on the author. There's not a lot of change there. But if I go to the SharePoint app, created these automatically, then we can narrow down the search. Of course, with the slider here, you can change the creation date, etc. So these are the refiners that you can now use for your search result on the entities. You can still, as always, go to the SharePoint Search Center. Those of you who prefer that, still easy to get there if you don't find what you need. But I would think that with this new search feature, you can find pretty much anything you need. The advanced search will take you to the well-known SharePoint Search Center. More interestingly and more new is the ability to search in documents from your Express panel. That's the next button. That's the magnifying glass here. So search for documents give me the ability to search in content in the site. In this case, only got some mails result, but if I do a broader term, test is always good on the demo or test environments. It will give you a lot of things. So here we see a lot of results and a pagination. So you can browse through the results if you have a lot of them. The pagination numbers is always also customizable in the administration. Again, here we have refiners, and I can choose the document type, for example, or the file type, sorry. I can again say, oh, let's, I know it should be a smaller one or a bigger one, and you can again use the slider for the date. So if I click on a document, I get a preview. I'll remove the refiners here. I'll keep my search, and now I get properties for this document. So the user can now say, look at the properties, but more importantly, they can edit the document, open the document, edit the properties, but also if they're unsure whether this is the right one, they have the ability of creating a preview. So now they can preview the document, and if that's not big enough, they can simply open it here and it'll give you up in a new window on a full screen. So very easy to search and get your documents straight from the WorkPoint Express panel. And of course, if I want to go to the specific entity where the document is located, this is also an option. It'll take me to the site where the document is stored. So that's a little bit about how the new search feature works, especially the document search. As I said, a lot of this can be configured in the administration interface. So this is not a technical training course, but I'll just give you a quick view of that for those participants interested in looking at that. In the administration, we have the search settings. There's a new menu item here, and that'll give you entity search settings and document search setting on another tab. So as you can see, you can choose to enable it or disable it if you only want to have document search. Same with the document search, you can disable it if you want to. You can choose the page size before the pagination kicks in. You can decide whether it should equal or start with. For some reason, SharePoint search defaults to equals, so that will be the exact phrase we default with starts with because we think that's easier for the user. I mentioned the result groups. Here you can see the drop down is configured with the modules where you have which modules you should narrow the search in. You can define some column groups and some saved searches as well. The saved searches is at this point a central administered search facility. I know there would probably be questions is how can the user save his own searches? At this point, no, it is not possible yet. We will be working on a way to get this possible, I believe. But here is the search settings and the entity search setting. Here are the document search settings. As you can see, pretty much the same way of operating this. A lot of things that you can set up to make it easy to search in the system and to get the users a good experience. This is described on support.workpoint.dk on how this works. So go and have a look at that if you're interested in configuring this to your users. Right. So far, WorkPoint search, WorkPoint multiple site pages, the news in the browser environment. We also released a new version of WorkPoint Express with quite a few changes, big changes. In fact, we have redesigned the interface. Not a lot, but you will see that we have changed the tabs to be, instead of text, you will have icons here. And we have added a little bit extra search facility in this as well. The document search is moved from the, not moved, actually replicated into the WorkPoint Express as well. So what you just saw me do in the browser, you can pretty much do in the WorkPoint Express as well. I will demonstrate this. Also, we have changed the way you save documents to the WorkPoint Express. So the new save function will allow you to edit metadata in the save process, and some of you will know, oh, we already could do that, which is correct, but we have improved the way it works, and we have changed the save dialog box, and we have replaced what we should call the missing document information panel. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, then look at this picture. In previous versions of Office, the ability to edit metadata directly in the document were this information panel. Microsoft have removed that, put it on the info tab for some reason. A lot of users have been a little bit frustrated, some of our clients too, so we decided to take the consequence and try and provide a feature to the users that will work as good as this. And I think we've done that with success. So let's take a look at WorkPoint Express, the new features. Here I got my Outlook, and as you can see, no text, but a mouse over text. Suggestions to email manager, history, and favorites are unchanged. This icon is the same, but again, you have the same search facilities as you used to here. You can browse in your entity modules. You can, of course, as usual, choose between a lot of different setups if you have multiple WorkPoint or SharePoint connected. The new thing here is the document search. So here you get the same panel as I mentioned, as you saw in the browser. Also note that I'm here connected to my WorkPoint solution demo 26, but here I'm actually connected to another solution. So if you have several solutions, you can have different views at the same time in the WorkPoint Express. So searching here will give me the same problem. I can reload. That's been open for a while without being used. We'll just do the test search, and I get the same view as I had before. I can use the same refiners. This is exactly the same functionality. One thing is new though, because now I have this little button. This is what we call pop-up mode. Sometimes you just need to work in a window that's a little bigger, a little better. So clicking here will prop up the search window, so you can work on this just with all the things, and you can make it bigger or smaller to your liking. And when you're done with your searching, etc., you can pop it back in. Here, of course, you can edit the document. You can open the document as before. Have the preview. And when you're done with all this, simply pop it back in and you cleaned up your desk. Nice feature, if I may say so, because it's really, sometimes you just need a bigger window to search and just don't want to have it around for long. You can pop it back in. Right. The final thing is I'm not going to go into the detail of the search here because you saw it before, so try it out on your own system. The last thing is the save facility, save feature. So let's assume I'm doing a calculation here, very simple one. I'm editing my document, Excel, whatever, and now I want to save it. Let's put it on the road warrior project. In the documents, the button here is as you are used to, but now it will provide you with this save dialog. We've skipped the old save dialog, and now you go to calculation. This is the metadata. I've only had the name here, but you could have all the metadata set up as you're used to with managed metadata from SharePoint. Your any field that you want to add to the system will be available and editable here in this dialog. So it simply provides the user with a very easy to use metadata updating environment while you save, instead of you have to go to the File tab in the Excel and change the metadata there. So now we simply save WorkPoint Excel document to WorkPoint Express. Setting the metadata in the process, uploading, and we're done. This is all as it used to be, but now you can edit the metadata and in the process in a much easier way than before. So summing up, we have changed the browser environment with the search feature. We have multiple site pages. The document search facility is new and very configurable. Don't worry about getting it set up. Contact your WorkPoint partner or contact support if you don't have a WorkPoint partner. We will help you get one, so you can be running well on your new search feature. Also, WorkPoint Express with the new interface, new icons, and the added feature of searching through documents, and the pop in and pop out, and the save feature were the new things. This were all for me. Thank you for watching. As I said, more information, contact your WorkPoint partner, or if you haven't got a WorkPoint partner, we'll stand by to help you get one, assist you. If you want to ask me specific questions, you have my mail in the meeting invite, so please feel free to contact me. As I said, this will be made available for distribution after later today. I will send around the link to a video, and you can watch it in your own time. If you want to distribute it to your colleagues, feel free to. Thank you and have a good day.